Hosted in conjunction with Chris Media, the CEO interview series allows investors to hear directly from the CEOs leading the companies featured on Wholesale Investor. Enjoy the interview and reach out via the details in the description.
Hi and welcome to another Chris TV Q&A. Today we have a returning guest, which is Scott Graham, the CEO of Rex Energy. Thank you for joining us again, Scott.
My pleasure, Sydney.
Scott, look, obviously we've spoken before and we had quite a lengthy chat, more centered around the product that Rex Energy was creating and commercializing at the time. Now, just for those who haven't yet become aware of Rex Energy, who you are and what you do you mind starting with a brief overview just for the audience?
Absolutely. Quite a few years ago, I was working in the electrical space. I was designing and building methods to save energy in buildings, embedded networks, and that's just something called bulk metering, a way to save a little bit of energy for multi-tenant sites. One thing I recognized or realized or came to the understanding of is, my God, renewable energy is not applied to multi-tenant communities and to multi-tenant buildings, and that's commercial, commercial industrial mix, residential, and so I started asking why. What's the problem? And the complexities of the distribution systems, along with a few other challenges. There's no equitable way to share the roof space of these sites and distribute the renewable power to the tenancies in a metered and monitored fashion, and therefore. And also the owners of these sites, there's really nothing in it for them to say, oh, yes, install a solar system on the roof of this building or the body corporate, right? So I set out to develop an integration product that enables us to unlock this massive market. These are the largest buildings in the world, Sydney. These are the highest energy consuming buildings in the world. And unfortunately, they are the most prolifically disadvantaged energy consuming sites on planet Earth, because they are at the mercy of the nation's retail energy market, wherever they are situated. So they're exposed to the volatility of that market, and of course, the ever-increasing overheads for transmission, distribution, and generation. They can't access the same benefits that single tenancy buildings and residential locations have for a number of years now with the application of renewable power. So Rex Energy last year, when we first started working with you folks, we were in the development phase of our technology, which we call the Renewable Energy Exchange, powered by our software that we've developed called X1 software. And that's where we're at. We've actually completed the development of this product. We've commercialized this product. And my gosh, and I can even give you some a drone footage of product that we have installed here at Cairn Street in Loganholme, Queensland. And this is a system that is installed where there are 4 buildings and 7 tenancies, and it can generate, store, and supply and individually meter all of that renewable power to all of the tenancies. Here in Loganholme, we're able to supply 100% of the tenancy's energy demand with our single system. We could actually even overproduce energy to the tune of about 400 to 600% if we wanted to, and then store that energy and sell it off to the power grids. And when there's peak demand charges, it's amazing.
Scott, can I ask you something about this? So when you're approaching an owner of a multi-tenancy building, a larger building with, again, multi-tenants, what is the USP to, let's pretend I'm the business owner and you're telling me the unique selling point here with Rex Energy, and let's give the audience a real high level overview on how attractive the pitch is and how attractive this product is to a building owner and obviously ultimately the tenants. Why don't we do that?
Awesome. So here's what's awesome about the Renewable Energy Exchange. It doesn't cost a thing. So we come into a site, it's a multi-tenant site. Our offering is very simply this: all of the tenants are going to save 10 to 30% on their overheads for energy. All of the entire site is going to drop its carbon emissions. And the owner of the site, let's say it's a commercial building, the owner of that commercial building, we offer a percentage of our annual revenue. And basically, we become the roof tenant. So they have tenants inside their building. We're a tenant that's on their building. and we generate revenue for the owner. And then we also increase tenancy tenure as well, because they're not only are they saving energy, but they also have our awesome intuitive Rex Energy app, which enables them to see their live energy demand.
Let's even summarize that. That's really attractive. So let's just summarize that for the audience. So cost cuts for the end user, okay? Revenue generation for the owner, zero cost, and increase in revenue in rental tenure.
Absolutely.
Well. So
and our systems have a 20-year life expectancy. So this provides revenue to the building owner for 20 years, and it can provide. It's a sentinel from the volatility of the nation's power grids, because we're generating energy on site, we're storing it on site, we're distributing it and metering it on site throughout the complex distribution system of a multi-tenant building. So, the money that was once being spent, that big amount of money that everybody pays the likes of the bigs, Origin Energy, Energy Australia, AGL, Alinta every month. Instead of doing that, we're going to save them energy, because we don't need to pay transmission charges. We don't need to pay distribution charges. We don't have to pay grid access fees. So we've cut all of that out, and therefore there are savings for the client and revenue for the building owner.
Which is great. I mean, it obviously sounds like I'm not going to say easy sell, because that would offend any salesman or salesperson. But it sounds like something that is very attractive to a building owner. Now, which is obviously very important for us to understand. Now, let's talk about the people you've spoken to in direct market feedback. Last time we spoke, you were still commercializing the product. You were just about to go to market, I believe. So actually, let's start with that. What has happened since the last time we spoke, which was months back, and what milestones did you outline and hit, so that we can get an understanding of your execution power here at Rex Energy?
Awesome, man. So we said we were going to build something that's never been built before, and that's this renewable energy exchange along with the software. So we were paralleling the development of software, integration software that's never been developed before, right? Imagine creating a software that has to speak every language in the world, because it's speaking to different pieces of equipment and different products within our within the hardware, all of the hardware that we have to integrate to make this a reality. It has to speak all of these different languages, right? And then it has to control. So one thing that we figured out, Sydney, is that you can't manage what you don't measure. And so we've decided that we will measure everything that happens within an electrical distribution system, every single cable, and we do it every few milliseconds. Then because we're measuring, we're then able to manage all of the energy inside these complex distribution systems. So we constructed the first renewable energy exchange for a multi-tenant building here in Queensland. It was designed here in Queensland. It was built here in Queensland. We used Australian contractors. We used Australian suppliers. Everything that we've done here has been built here in Australia and designed here in Australia. I'm so proud to say that, right? So we said we were going to build it. We built it. And then it was so exciting that the Energy Minister of Queensland, Minister Mick de Brenny, came out to our site to see it. Channel 9 News did a story on us. And what happened was we were then inundated with massive inquiries, and so many that we've had to expand our sales team. So we've just ran a massive expansion. We've hired quite a few new people here at Rex Energy to service the inbound opportunities that are occurring in the marketplace. So we're sending out proposals. Some of them as large, and it's actually shocking, but some of them as large as nearly $300 million opportunities. But that's a very long play. That is a 10, 15-year process. Big developments that are going in. And we're sending out quotations that are $1.4 million for low-income housing neighborhoods that need renewable power to ensure that we drop the overheads of their tenants. So we're very excited to be involved in a lot of those opportunities as well. And we're going to be bringing the very first. So we're going to be bringing not the very first. We're going to be bringing our Mark II product, our commercialized X1. Which is our metering, our monitoring, our computer system, our comm system. We've developed it and we've built it here in Queensland. We're going to be bringing that to Emergence 2022.
Perfect. Better yet, how about you guys figure out how we can power the entire conference using this? Um, Mate, look, that sounds awesome. Can't wait to see that at the event. And I'm sure, especially with our audience who love great STEM business, just because of the depth of technology, and obviously the exponential nature of the opportunity as well. It's a very exciting, exciting invention, and it'd be great to see that live and in person. Let's talk about. So we've covered the problem, the solution. We've covered why this is a great sell and why the market is reacting accordingly. We've spoken about the milestones which you've managed to execute since the last time we spoke. So everything's looking good. Now let's talk about the next 6 to 12 months in terms of outlook. You've touched on it slightly, but why don't you tell us and tell the audience, so next time we talk, we can hit you up again and ask what's been completed. And I'm sure you'll have no doubt and you'll have a big smile on your face when we ask, what's on the cards for the next 12 months and where do you want to go from here?
We are hardcore in go-to-market mode right now, Sydney. We are hardcore, right? We are meeting with people who build retirement villages every day of the year. We're meeting with developers and builders, and we're meeting with existing building owners, and we're doing this on a daily basis. So these activities will, in no doubt, yield massive opportunity for Rex Energy. So by the next time you and I are talking, we will have a number of projects operating all around Australia. We will have I'll be able to show you our network operations center in full swing. One of the very cool things that we've done, Sydney, is we have essentially made, let's call it, operations and maintenance of this system very simple for anyone. We set it on top of a building, and our software detects now if there is a challenge with the generation side, and it trips, and it actually, so we can see a whole map. And if in every installation is a green dot on the map, but if there's a yellow dot or a red dot, we know that there's something wrong. Mm-hmm. And we can click that dot. That's an installation. It pops up a screen and it tells us we believe that panels have been damaged. Or it's kind of like a machine system that sits in the background that's running algorithms, constantly checking the health of our systems, both communications health, generation health, energy storage health, metering and monitoring. It monitors itself, so we don't need to constantly go to a site to check and maintain it. It lowers maintenance overheads. And when there's a problem, we get straight out to fix it. That's another really cool thing that we've done. I think this is just going to simplify large-scale renewable energy and energy storage rollouts in urban settings across the world. And we're very excited to bring it to market. Yeah.
Extremely exciting. Well, we'll be keeping track and we'll be watching you guys and how you move in the market over the next 12 months. It's been very exciting to see your good news come through the pipeline over the last 12 months. And so congratulations on everything to date. It's quite a spectacle to watch business grow like this from where you guys were 12 months ago. And I'm sure you're very proud of that growth.
Oh, it's been a great journey. Yeah, we started this company in my garage. I built the first model with my own two hands in my garage. And
that's where the best companies start, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Now we're in this beautiful big building, and we've got millions of dollars of opportunity on the deck, and we are just super excited about the future. The process of evolution has been it's been very fast, which is great as well, and also very exciting. But we're moving into a scale round at Emergence 2022. So definitely, if you are investors, watch this space, because we have, without any question, created a product that unlocks a multi-billion-dollar blue ocean of opportunity within the renewable space.
Absolutely. And just in speaking to you, I do know how open you are to speaking with prospective investors and giving them the depth of information that they need to make that decision. And I see how you are often excited to talk about the product, which is always a good sign, right? A lot of belief behind it. So for those who are interested, we will have the details obviously on the side of this screen to reach out. If you can't wait till March, you're too excited, we'll have the details on the side of the screen to reach out to Scott or someone from the team to speak about this opportunity further. But if not then in March, they will be live at Emergence. There to either shake your hand or bump your elbow, depending on the the feeling of the day, and discuss this opportunity further. Scott will also be on the panel session, The Problem at the Grid, which is a very interesting panel session covering exactly what is wrong with our, century-old infrastructure here in Australia and sometimes worldwide, and how Rex Energy is solving crucial problems associated with that. So Scott, thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you present live and in person, and we look forward to monitoring your journey from here on in.
You got it, Sydney. Thank you again, man. It's always a pleasure.
Excellent. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you.